Shalom, this is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. Website is www.spiritandtorah.com. I've just written a story for Before It's News that you can check out in the description tab right below this video. And basically, it's a story that talks about a variety of things that are happening in the Middle East right now. The U.S. is accusing Syria of stalling on getting rid of its chemical weapons. And the reason is because according to this U.S.-Russian peace deal that they brokered last summer, Syria is supposed to get 100% of its Type 1 chemical weapons out of the country by December 31st. And instead, what's basically happened is, here we are at the end of January, only 4% of those chemical weapons have been removed. So Syria is basically laughing at Obama's face and not doing anything. This latest first round of Geneva peace talks has just ended. There's been absolutely no ceasefire brokered between Syria and the Syrian rebels. Iran, meanwhile, is calling Obama delusional because Obama in his State of the Union address said that these sanctions that had been upon Iran, that the U.S. has now lifted, is what drove Iran to the negotiating table, now preventing them from getting a nuclear weapon. Iran saying, oh no, that's not true, that's a complete fabrication, it had nothing to do with those sanctions, and plus we've never tried to develop a nuclear weapon. Of course, just a few weeks ago, there was a top cleric named Nabavian that said, yes, we are trying to get a nuclear weapon. So Iran's speaking out both sides of its mouth while calling Obama delusional. We have a president, unfortunately, who's completely obsessed with himself while everything's crumbling around him. And that's just a reflection of the American population. That's where we are as a people. We're totally obsessed with our sin, ourselves, our decadence, our wickedness, and we're not even realizing we're totally blind to how everything's crumbling around us. I don't talk about this in the story, but I mean, there are things that are going on all across the world, not just in the Middle East, but like the island disputes that are growing between China and Japan, China and Taiwan, China and the Philippines and the South China Sea. There's the continued tensions between Russia and the United States. There's just all these things that are happening that are clearly pointing toward World War III about to break out. We have got to press into Yahshua. We've got to plead His blood over our lives. We've got to stay humble and our eyes on Him. Because especially for those of us living in the United States or really anywhere in the West, we're living amongst a people that are completely blind because they're just worshiping themselves, just like our president does. And the son of perdition is about to come forth. March 11th, 2014, he's going to come forth with the abomination of desolation. This is going to happen. It's 1,290 days prior to when Yahshua comes for His bride in 2017. So there's no more time to waste. It's time to just be seeking Yahshua with everything in you and stay at His feet and ask for His presence to fill you and seek Him. Because we're heading toward a very, very dangerous time. Tonight starts the 11th new moon. It starts the Shabbat, of course, the weekly Sabbath, but also the 11th new moon. And the 11, that number 11 in Scripture always symbolizes disorganization, disunity, chaos. So we will see what this 11th Hebrew month brings. But I do know very clearly we're on the brink of a huge global war. So seek Yah, seek His face, obey His commandments, His entire Torah, love Him with everything in you. This is the only way to escape. And read that story in the book of Daniel about Daniel's 3 friends being thrown into that furnace of fire. They refused to compromise. They refused to compromise off the word, off of obedience to Yah, no matter what the pressure was. And Yahshua saved them in that fiery furnace. Not a hair on their head was singed. Read Psalm 91 in conjunction with that. Those are 2 good scriptures and passages to be ruminating and meditating upon as we enter into the new moon and the Shabbat. Shalom.